And Missy actually just said she lost her connection. So that is how tech works sometimes. So I'm going to introduce Dr. Chastain. So he is from Nixa. He is the Executive Director of Curriculum Instruction and Assessment. They also utilize our content in Nixa, and they're doing an amazing job. So we're going to let him talk a little bit about that. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm glad I got the opportunity to just share with you today. It's nice to see the other people that have shared previously, because we work closely together to make this work for our districts. And in looking at something a little bit outside of our regular instructional offerings, the elementary synchronous option was something that we looked forward to, knowing that we needed as much time as we possibly could for or with our elementary students. And so it was important that we looked closely at who our teachers would be, and then look at how we could continue to make that a very positive experience. We recognize as we move through first semester to second semester, not all students were our best fit, especially in our K-2 realm, to be a part of that. So as we look at those students that are a really good fit for them, and to bring some of those on board that just need a few more tweaks, we found some pieces that are repeated, but again, it's that piece of communication that is absolutely important. Those teachers that are elementary teachers have to have as good a relationship with the parents as they do with the students that they work with. And it's absolutely important that that daily communication helps those parents set up learning schedules for their students, because parents will sit there and say, well, I just need to know what they're going to do during the day. And giving them that piece, showing them what a schedule will look like, how to help them find the right place where they need to be, and have what they need available to them for their learning is absolutely important. Those posted schedules, teachers have to stick with those, because those are things that if we trust the parents to support with us, we want them to follow those and help their students throughout that learning as well. Student organization is also a key takeaway that we've had. Our students have had many different learning spaces, from beds to closets to bathrooms to rooms, and all sorts of different areas. And working with our parents and working with the students to find a place where they could set up, they could be able to move around and get their learning was important. But it's just communication with the parents, recognizing that we don't need everybody in the background walking around from that place. Those students need a place of their own, and their Wi-Fi needs to work. I know that's one of those things where we say that should just be a given, but it's not always a given, especially with those that need support with Wi-Fi. And so making sure that their Wi-Fi is going to work is important for that seamless synchronous instruction that we're providing. And the other piece of that is that our students need time with the other students, just as they would in the school day, whether it's recess or lunchtime or something where they can just be together, talk with each other, and not worry about an instructional part of that. And that could be even with just some show and tells and things that we might not think of a show and tell for a 4th and 5th grader, but man, it really makes a big difference for them to talk to others during that time as a 4th and 5th grader. And then again, our teachers, and we have a teacher coming up in a little bit, and I know she'll expand upon this, because I know that she's put everything that she has into what they're doing, like our teachers have as well, working with our youngest students and the learning that they have. But teachers need to know that if students are in their houses and in their residences because they're worried about going out, our teachers need to find ways to go out so that they can let the kids know that the community around them is a part of their learning. And so having your teachers going on field trips and doing pieces that allow just a little bit of normalcy for those students' lives is absolutely important. And then having our teachers having monitoring tools, that's a piece. We use GoGuardian, but is another way for us to kind of keep track, because kids don't always turn on their cameras when they need to, or they may fall asleep, or a few other pieces where we just need to keep monitoring and keep them engaged. And then any way that you can put multiple monitors, whiteboards, and manipulatives in the teacher's hands, make their learning space just as important as it is for a seated classroom. That's what we want to make sure that they can do. Key takeaway that we want to look at, from all of those pieces, kids are kids, and we need to make sure that we're supporting them, but they need to have a kid-friendly opportunity. A kid-friendly opportunity, kids love to talk with each other, make connections, make friends, and giving them a little bit of time for them to be able to do that really will benefit and keep them engaged in the learning through the synchronous piece for elementary students. Thank you.